Evening, everyone. Welcome to another Dirty Talk Live show. I don't know what the date is, but I know it's a Monday. Hope you all had a great weekend. If you've been out racing, it's so bloody good to be back at a race. I went to the Bridgestone Masters at the weekend at Hawkstone. Great event to cover that for Dirt Hub and to do a few bits and pieces there. And I saw two of these riders that I'm bringing on tonight's show. So without further ado, let's get them on. We're going to talk to both of these guys at some point throughout the evening. First of all, let's bring in, he's been working for Domino's Pizza drive-through, and he's still at work. Let's bring in Matt Bayliss. There he is. As you can see there, he's got his fancy little headphones, taking orders.
I'm at my mum's desk, basically.
Right. So if you want to,
if anyone wants a Domino's, yeah, I've had to get rid of it just for this. I've still got half of it downstairs.
I can see in the corner down there, you've got, is that the pizza tray? You've just had a Domino's, haven't you?
I've just had it, yeah. I've just had to move it out of the way because I couldn't have it here.
Ever the athlete.
Yeah.
And let's bring in Josh Bassett is going to be featuring. There's Josh. He's good to go. Evening, Josh. You all right?
I'm all right, Jeff. How are you?
I'm very well, mate. We're going to chat to you a bit later on in more detail with the Race Effects Generation Next, because you're still a rookie rider. So we can talk about how you got into the sport and your weekend at Hawkstone. Thanks, you two, for coming on. Before I go any further, everybody watching, don't be shy. Let's hear your opinion. We're going to talk Supercross with both of these guys in a while. We're going to start with Matt. So definitely want to hear your opinions on Supercross. Then we're going to talk about British Motocross and Bridgestone and everything else that's been going on this past week. So I can see your comments. The guys can see your comments too. So they should be to the right there, Matt. Can you see them if you go on the comments box?
Hold on. Oh yeah. Okay.
Right. So
yeah, I'm probably going to get a load of my mates commenting in a minute. They're downstairs working on the bikes, funny enough. So they're probably going to give me a load of stick. So.
Right, so they're going to be coming on. So let's hear your comments. Don't be shy. It's Josh Stanley.
There's one of them.
Yeah. There's one of them. So let's get involved with this Supercross comment and all the comments on that. Also, before I go any further, a big shout out to not only obviously Bell, who's the title sponsor of Dirty Talk Show, but to Race Effects as well, FXR of course, and Doc Wad Imports. Thanks so much for you guys for getting involved. You are going to get, Matt, by the looks of it, an unbelievable amount of abuse on this show.
Standard day to day, that is.
But that's okay.
It's all good.
We can do that. Right, Josh. Josh, I'm going to speak to you in a bit. We'll just speak to Matt a bit about what he's been up to, and we'll come back to you later for the Generation Next section. So, Josh, sit back, enjoy the show. Order a Domino's off Matt.
Yeah, I'll send someone over.
Yeah.
I've still got half one downstairs. You can have that.
Right. Josh, I'll speak to you in a bit. So there goes Josh. So Matt, let's talk AMA Supercross first. I'm just gonna start the whole conversation about Supercross, and by all means, anybody watching, I really want to hear your opinion on the whole Atlanta thing, because Matt is a pretty tidy Arenacross rider. I'm sure you'd love to do a Supercross, but we'll talk about that in a minute. I'm just going to drop this file in if it works. I hope it will, because this is our Supercross Live, and this just sums up.
Oh boy!
It's a carnage.
Oh! Wow! Sent me over here to check you.
This happened earlier today in time qualifying practice. Comes up short, takes another tough hit.
Oh, and already down Cameron McAdoo. Sure had to go to the last chance qualifier. More problems. Cameron McAdoo goes down for another crash. And again.
Now, Matt, Jesus Christ. I mean,
we've been there a few times.
Yeah, what do you reckon? I mean, you've had some close shaves in Arenacross and all that, but here now, what a week he's had. I mean, as a rider, when you take a big hit, particularly in a sport like that, I mean, how hard is it to just man up and go back out there? Because it's motocross is tough, but in
No.
Supercross, when you're down in the dumps and getting thrown about like that, it's hard to pick yourself back up.
I think the other thing people forget about is the Supercross is such a small, enclosed, and everyone's watching you. Do you know what I mean? It's not like motocross where you disappear off and you can get away with it. If you do one thing wrong, then everyone's going to see it, aren't they? And obviously, those mistakes were just all captured into such a small area that everyone just saw it. And then when you're in that sort of state, did you see the state he was in with all the strap shoulders? And they showed his video in that, and he just looked just an absolute state. But that's the thing; they just keep going and they keep trying, and there's a lot for them, isn't there? That's the thing. So
let's be honest, that's a crash reel that you wouldn't be happy with, but you could say that's my year's crash reel.
Yeah, that's it.
In 1 week.
Yeah, well, even three of those crashes were in one race almost, weren't they? In one of the main events, because they got red flagged and crashed twice again. So
yeah,
pretty crazy stuff. Like to be able to even get up from those and then race again, it shows what they're after. They're after some good results.
What do you reckon? What would you I mean, obviously, I'm guessing you would love to do an AMA Supercross. You're very good friends with Dylan.
Of course.
He's gone and done one. Is that ever on the radar now? Now he's sort of gone and done one, or is it just work commitments and time?
I mean, I've always loved to have done it. We did talk about it a while ago, but we ended up doing the Arenacross because it was just almost easier, and obviously I wasn't fully committed to going to America and doing stuff like that. I've never been that committed enough, you know what I mean, to be able to push on to do something like that. I've got a life sort of here. I've got to work, so when you've got that life, it's hard to just give it up and go ride a bike. And then if you get injured in the first round, it's done. I know there's a risk worth taking, but there's a sort of limit in life where you have to. And in the comments, actually, I've noticed Jorgensen. He's done the full AMA, and I raced him a lot, and he was actually a good friend of mine. So there you go. He's done the whole AMA. He did the outdoor and everything, and then you see how hard it is for him. The money he's obviously spent trying to do it, and it's hard work, and fair play for doing it. But I'd love to do it, but it's just one of them things, isn't it? It's just how far do you go with it. So
yeah, I mean that's the thing, isn't it? I mean it's time and money. I guess this is one of your mates already giving you.
That's it. I was with him on the weekend.
When you say about you got a life at home, you do portray a bloody good one on your social media. Like you and Chris and all you're always I think putting across the actual essence of what riding a dirt bike is really about. I think you really have got it. You know, you're either like racing Arenacross, or at the weekend you dragged out an old 125 and just went and raced. If you're not doing that, you're bombing around on pit bikes. You've got
doing Giros now and then. Do the Natterjack every year if I can. Try and beat them.
So what was that just a conscious decision that you did that because you looked at racing British motocross and try and earn a living out of it and just went, there's no big enough prize at the end of the rope?
We just never fully committed as most kids do any time. Do you know what I mean? We sort of done it as a bit of fun. We tried to keep it like that. I'd always still go out on the weekend and enjoy myself. And then if I kept doing the top level, which was British, and still had good results, then it was worth doing. But when you get to the point where it's becoming almost you're hurting yourself and you're not getting anything back for it, anything, and you're struggling to even get a point, you think, what's going on here? Like it's just getting silly now. So then obviously we moved to the Arenacross and quit the motocross in 2016. And at least with that, you get something for it. People see you doing it, and the bikes aren't getting hammered. Like you know what I mean? You get a bit of satisfaction out of it. You get all the videos, you get a bit of money for it, and people it's just more of a spectator side to it, I feel.
Yeah. And did you the Arenacross just enjoy it more because it's a more of an intense series over a shorter period of time, and I guess not wanting to say that you guys are, what's the word? I can't think, like party animals or parties or whatever. But you're young men who like to go out and have a good time, and there we were doing the Arenacross tour. So you get to go out in town. You're in a city centre afterwards.
You probably saw us a few times out and about. So it's
I can't keep pace with you guys anymore. Well, I can, but only once. And then
Yeah.
I can't do it 2 back-to-back weekends. That would be horrendous.
No, I know, but yeah, that's it. You travel about. We went to Europe many times, and you got to see all the places, and it's just people pay for you to come ride. Like you don't ever get that. You never will in this country. So, I mean, I'm almost like when you're riding, and people were messaging you, just offering you money and a team like to come ride their bike, and it's pretty weird because you think, why are they asking me? Surely there's thousands of other kids to go ask. Why someone who don't even ride anymore? But no one else wants to do it. So in this country, especially, there's no kids coming through. It's almost a shame, really. No one wants to do it.
Well,
surely you look at America and you think, oh, that's what I want.
But is it because the platform is not not there? Obviously, we're still waiting to hear what Matt's going to do. You know, regards to the Arenacross and obviously COVID and everything. He said he might do something in the summer. Still waiting to hear something like that's going to happen. Still Hawk behind me there as a club. You know, we're going to run a Supercross in the summer, so looking forward to getting that underway. A summer Supercross at least, not indoors, but
of course.
So it should be
something. But I'd speak to most kids or like younger lads that we used to race against. You'd mention Supercross and they go, "Oh, nah, not for me." And you think, why not? But maybe they just never got pushed into it or didn't want to do it. But that's just their opinion, I guess. So their option.
But as you said, like at the Arenacross, you earn money. You know, you can go there and earn money.
Yeah, and that's what you do. I know that's the reason you go do it, enjoy it, and if you can get something out of it, it's a bonus, isn't it? And getting paid to ride is something else, isn't it? So you've got money before you even started. So, oh well, kids just don't seem to want to do it.
At the minute, though, from what I'm hearing, and I need to check that this is actually true. But I'll put it out there anyway because it might be rumor, it might be hearsay. I haven't actually officially checked. But I'm hearing rumors that the British Championship AC, the Revo,
I've heard
the first couple of rounds that with no, because they said there's no spectators. They're not gonna. There's no prize money.
I know, and I just can't believe I went to the weekend racing and got a little bit of money for riding an old two-stroke. And you think, hold on, why can't I even go do that? I'm even we can get prize money at the Minibike Champs coming up next weekend. I mean, why can't they even do that? I mean, I understand it's hard to pay with what's going on, but that's the top level of this country. I mean, what is that all about? It's a bit of a joke, really, isn't it? I understand there's no spectators, there's no money coming in, but surely
there was no spectators. There was no spectators at the weekend or
at any other event. No, and I do feel that I don't really know what to say, to be honest. There's all these lads been down to Spain for months and doing everything they can. Dads are spending all the money, and then you go there and you walk away with nothing. It's just a bit of a joke, isn't it, really? But that's what I can't get my head around. But everyone still keeps going at it, which is good because you watch the lads on the weekend, the pro class, the speed they're going is a joke, and you just think the effort that they put in to get there, that's fair play. But if you're not getting anything for it, it doesn't make sense, does it? So
I mean, like you said, particularly around a track like Hawkstone at the weekend, a lot of people have been out of practice. First ride back, like Tommy had a big pisser in practice and all those kind of stuff. Going there to not earn money. Well, that's another subject matter that we'll probably get on to next week, actually, on next week's show, and maybe talk more about that. But let's talk about the mini bikes then, because I always love your edits that you guys set up. And honestly, I without sounding like blowing smoke up your ass, they're entertainment. I flick through Instagram, and I always stop and watch it because actually I'll go out on a limb here. Watching you guys do that genuinely makes me feel like young. It reminds me of a time when I was your age and you're like just carefree and your body's fit enough to do it and you're out riding mini bikes all the time, and in the summer last year you were all bombing around, not necessarily health, and at least you had crash helmets on and gloves, but Christ. I mean, Chris likes to work. Your brother likes to work on his tan every video.
He's always got it out.
He's not wearing a top.
I know, and that's we got a big group of us. You got like the loaf mob, as we call them, and they call themselves, and then you got the Bark Surrey Smokes, and there's about 40 of us, I reckon, and we all mix up and have some races and stuff. But we've got some good little tracks. Our mates have got some, but the mini bike series, since we've got these little 125s. There was only like 5. Now I think there's about 70 or 80 of us at the next first round. I mean, and this prize money, it's just going to be such a laugh. That's the thing. So,
Yeah, so tell us, just before we get on to talking about the mini bikes, Colin Hambridge has just popped up, and I want to pull that up. So Colin, in case you didn't know, runs the Bridgestone Masters.
Yeah.
Colin, well done to you and your team for getting us back racing at the weekend.
It was a good event.
Yeah, it was a good event. Great work on all the all the guidelines, and everybody was abiding. Chris Cesora did a great job on commentary. Keep mentioning people to wear masks and stuff. And credit to you, Colin, and the team for good track prep and a good meeting to get us kicking off back racing. So well done, you. And as he's put there, they're paying prize money and didn't get any game money. So, oh my God!
Just talking about the mini bikes,
right? Okay, you got a dog. He's a tiny little thing. Chris can't hear me. He can't hear me because he puts his speakers.
Hello,
Chris. You've got a top on. You got a top on.
I do
Normally,
today.
When I see you, it's been a nice sunny day. Have you been? Have you been popping up the?
No, I was doing the patio earlier. I had it off them.
Right.
Yeah, so I got a bit of a tan.
How
are you, Jeff?
I'm all right, mate. It's good to see you. How are the injuries in the shoulder and everything? All good?
Yeah, very good. Yeah, the shoulder's good. It's holding in, staying on. So I'll be ready to smoke Matt on the bikes this year.
Well, good.
Other than that, knees fine. That's all good now. Yeah, it's good. I feel good on the bikes at the moment.
Well, you always look good. So you're going to come to our Airborne Gunner Supercross. We're going to sort out a mini bike
100%.
race as well.
Definitely.
Cool. Get you guys involved.
No, I look forward to it. Definitely.
What are you more famous for these days? Are you more famous for riding a bike or your infamous TV stint?
I don't think it's the TV thing anymore. That's my little moment in life with what could have gone places that I didn't, due to me being a fool.
Right. I want to hear the full lowdown on this.
You want to hear the full story?
Well, for those that don't know what happened and what I'm talking about, explain.
How do I cut things short is beyond me with this, but let's just say
you appeared on a well-known TV dating show. Let's just go from there.
Celebs Go Dating show. Yeah, I appeared on. And basically I had a work do the night before, which got carried away like they do as a work do. I think we might have got kicked out of that pub the night before. Anyway, I went to there and I didn't turn up to the date in the best appearance, and the date, who happened to be Megan McKenna, wasn't best pleased as well. And the TV show weren't that most pleased happy, but they were happy with the views it got because a lot of people wanted to see it. And it didn't go down too well, Jeff, as you've seen.
I don't get it. I thought you handled it with total aplomb.
I handled it well with the way I was in, maybe, yeah, but the being drunk on that, it wasn't great. That way, I was rude.
I don't think you was. I thought she was rude. She was rude. I thought you handled yourself particularly well. And watching you guys on Instagram and what I've said, it's just you guys being lads, which is what I really, really like. You're a young man, you got to live it while you can.
No, of course, everything. Yeah, you just got to keep things in moderation with the bikes and everything else, and that's why we just love doing it, whether it's going out and seeing each other or going out on the bikes. It's just good,
Yeah,
so,
I mean, like I said, the mini bike and stuff. So are you back racing the mini bikes as well this weekend?
Yeah, I'm there 100%. I can't wait for it. We're just literally prepping the bikes now in the garage. So, yeah, I mean, I'm going to get Dad to do mine because obviously I don't even know how to put fuel in the bike. Jeff, it's embarrassing.
No, it's not. It's not. I'm 48, and I'll tell you what, we're on the same par.
Yeah,
I do the fuel in the air filter, and that's about it.
That's exactly me. You'll go do the air filter, and that's it. And I'll do that. I tried to change a front wheel once at Keedon Park. I bent all the spindle and couldn't hit the bike in there, so I didn't even get to ride. That was my attempt.
Matt, Chris, as being somebody that's older than you, let me just give you this advice now, which you're doing well already by the looks of it. Delegation, mate. Just get, delegation. Get other people to do it for you. And
that's it. People think I'm lazy, but I think I'm just working smart in my life. You know what I mean?
Smart. Yeah.
Jeff, I respect that. We're all on the same path.
Absolutely. So you get Big Dave on the case. Matt can do his own when he's not.
Yeah. I've got some backyard design graphics going on there as well. Matt's going to do them for me, aren't you? He is. He's only scared. He's so scared recently.
Right, this sibling rivalries. Me and my brother used to race, but there was an 8-year gap between me and him.
Right.
He's 8 years older than me, and I'm considerably better than him. He won't watch this, so it doesn't matter anyway. And even if he was, it's true. What's the age gap between you two?
The age gap, how old are you, Matt? 27? Year and a half, basically, Jeff. I'm 25, he's 27, so...
Right, so it's normally the young ones that are the best, anyway.
And naturally, we are better. Obviously, he has to train and work harder for it, but I turn up, show up, and I do it for the crowds.
Yeah.
Podium and that, you know what I mean? And he gets frustrated.
I mean, you seem, from what I know about you two, you seemingly get on really well, great together. Does it ever Does any get any real needle?
No, all jokes aside, like when we're on the track, it is literally there's no more person I want to beat than Matt. And we always happen to be like really recently, like it's us two at the front with the mini bikes and the e-bikes. So it's kind of we're competing against it anyway, and then you're doing that with a bunch of other people. It's so good, but there is honestly, you come in like your brother's in front of you. It's not good. So, but I'm gonna have to go for a few runs of training this week for the race. Where is
the mini bike race this weekend? Mini bike champs, give it a big plug.
You've got Fat Cats this weekend. They haven't announced me, have they? There's a few that are announced, but we haven't kept. We don't really know, basically. not being around the bush, but they have posted 2 more, I think, or something. We're waiting to hear back from them. But they're good events, Jeff. They are real good fun. And you had people like, I don't know, James Dunn and Steve Clark that turned up to the last round last time, and they thought it was brilliant. They want to get involved. So it's just it's competition, and you're serious about it, but at the same time, you can't help but have a laugh about it. But you want to do well. It's the same with anyone that races. You'd be the same if you want to do anything competition. You want to do well.
Oh no, absolutely. He does a great job with them, doesn't he? We put the results and stuff on Dirt Up quite often, and I'm going to try and get to one, obviously, as well as doing our own one in the winter, which we're going to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, I look forward to seeing the results after this weekend. Then, right?
I do. Yeah. I mean, I don't know how them bikes are going to go in the sand, but apparently Fat Cats has got a bit harder anyway. It's not as deep, so it might be all right.
It will be all right. I remember Steve Pete had a mini bike race there years ago called the Royal Rumble. It was really good.
I remember that.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. You'll be fine.
Yeah, we'll see how we get on.
So listen, you better get out in the garage then and delegate.
You speak to the slow one. Yeah. Right. Go on, say it.
No, absolutely. I'm going to see the results at the weekend. The grudge
You're
match.
You're going to see it. Everyone remember this. Sit down.
God's sake. See, we have to deal with on the daily.
Yeah, well, that's brothers for you.
Ruthless.
Put this up here. There you go, Ollie.
Ollie. Yeah, Ollie wants to do the filming. He's a good filmer. He is. If anyone ever needs any filming,
Ollie,
very good. He does all the videos, mini bike videos. Yeah, a very good rider.
In fact, we're going to get Ollie at our event. That's not going to happen, by the way. When I say our event, I also shameless self plug. Also do Steelhawk Motorcycle Club, and we're going to do our Farm Boy Bash next January. We wanted to do it this year down at Wilden, but it couldn't happen because of COVID. So we'll put that on ice until January next year. So let's go back to talking about. I would just want to play this. We're going to go back to talking about the fun that you have. Hawkstone. You just randomly went to ride Hawkstone at the weekend in the British Masters. So I got a little video. So let's just watch you in action and then talk about it. Hey, here we go. Go
on then. That's Scott.
So there you
Yeah.
were, mate. So you
Yep.
when did you decide to do that? I mean, because I didn't even know that you had a 125.
I built it. I bought a bike a little while ago. Just randomly decided to get it. Got it from this guy. Tidied it up. Thought I'd try and sell it. Kept hold of it. Throttle stuck on me on a jump. That was the last time I rode it. That wasn't great. Done all the cartilage in my ankle, and then decided to thought I'd enter with a broken bike, and then got an entry on Wednesday. And then George was like, "You may as well do it." I was like, "Oh, go on then." So we put the bike together Friday, and then we thought, I went up Saturday morning, camped out in the van, freezing cold. I had my jacket on and everything. And then I still beat George Clark's lap times on a 450, which is even
Brilliant.
better.
Right, I saw you.
I see him commenting in there, so we just dropped that one in there.
Yeah, well, that's his comments.
There you go. So I have got him. So
and he's having you. Well, see, George's part. Oh, that's you're like you lot are like the motocross equivalent of the bloody. You might be too young to remember. The Rat Pack, which is like all Frank Sinatra and Sammy Davis Jr. They got the name the Rat Pack for being like proper superstars, but liking a drink, liking the women, and all that kind of stuff. I think I might name your little posse that lot.
Got a girlfriend.
So what was it? Of course. It used to be like that.
Yeah.
So what was it like out there with the kids? Because basically you were riding up against what was it? Ollie Colmer, I think, took the race win.
Yeah. You see them kids up there. They're so quick. Fair play. Yeah. They're really talented. They must be going some pace. I didn't get to see them much. Done them once in the corner, and then that was it, gone. So
you got on the box though. You got third.
Yeah, well, I don't know how that happened. If I'm honest, I was sick from the first day, and then done the fourth race. I said I'm about 2 points out here. I'm going to go for this. So I caught up Hollyoak or whatever his name, and then done him on the second or last lap, third last lap. Got third. So
experience counts, you see.
That's it. It must be, but yeah, the old bike hang in there. Every time you come in, it's just done another race. I thought, there we go. So.
You got to love the 125s though. They're so much fun. Obviously, like JB Booker's out on his 144, whatever he's got, 150 all the time, whatever. Do you reckon you'll end up riding it a bit more?
No, well, it's funny. I need to strip it out, get the gears sorted because they're not working. But then I don't know. I've had the Too Fast dirt bike rider, the Max.
Yeah.
They want to do a video, so I might have to do something for them.
You got to.
So we'll do like a little edit or something like that. I'm easier, but I don't trust it at the minute. I feel like it's going to blow on me. If I'm honest, I'm not really into two strokes. Never have been. My dad's not really
by that. Really,
it's my dad though, because when we got the 150s, as soon as they came out, we got one, and then ever since then, like we jumped to a 450 when I was like 13, 14.
Yeah.
So I was really quick to try and get onto it, which is why I was always wanted like a new 450 or a 4-stroke or. Do you know what I mean? It was like, get on with the new stuff. Don't mess around with all the old stuff.
Yeah.
And I understand it makes sense, which is a lot of thing like with the kids nowadays. It's good to just get them moving on because the kids in Europe are so quick. And if you hang around on a 2-stroke for too long, I think you lose a bit of that time.
True. I've actually said this before with the way it is the structure in the EMX, particularly they don't, again, another series that don't earn money.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And you can mess around for another year or two. But as good as they are, they should be on a 250, I think, them kids.
Yeah. I'm still of that generation, though.
I know. It's hard. It's a sensitive one, isn't it?
Yeah. I still love a 2-stroke. But I can understand.
It's cool. It's cool. I like it. But
I can understand Big Dave's thing in getting you all on modern bikes. Because I can't remember you riding anything else other than a Honda. Can I?
It's always I had a KX60, 65, and then straight onto a smaller Honda, and then it's been Honda ever since. I rode a CCM with Dave Thorpe once. You know when they had a Yamaha with the F1 design frame, because they were in Bracknell, and we had to borrow the bike for a couple of months. One of the most ridiculous bikes I've ever ridden. I was only 14. They lent us one, I think, and we used it. It was wicked. It was.
Oh, that's classic.
Yeah, all sorts. So.
But you're the as I said. So what you got planned then? So you got the mini bike coming up this weekend. So back to the mini bikes. We know that you're going to be airborne gunner, the Supercross that we're laying on Tuesday the 3rd of August down at Winterbourne Gunner.
And then I got asked to race the AMCA championships on a
Did ya?
125. Yeah, a friend of mine was going to sort of help me out with it. He said he got a bike and stuff. But I can't commit because I want to do my e-bike racing.
Yeah.
Downhill. Now I can do the elite British downhill series, like with Danny Hart and that.
Yeah.
I've managed to get into that class because I can do that. So I want to do everything. So I don't want to commit to one series.
See, that's what I like about what you guys do. You know, you're just living the life, aren't you? And then you're going to be able to look back on that.
Yeah, that's it, and that's what you got to do. And then if we might have something else in the summer, but we'll see. And then we'll I don't want to commit too much. Like I'm working as well, so I can't be asked to give up my life for it. So.
No, I don't. I'm starting on these shows to become more and more like an old uncle that just like
you've seen everything.
You got to do. I honestly, I think you're right. I mean, you know, before you know it, you're the other side of 30, and then you're like, and to look back on all the cool shit, like when I was traveling and doing all the GPs, it's not the racing that I remember. It's all the gooning around in the week, traveling around. But
when we go to I see Dylan must be watching him. We've had some good times in Germany, and he's a Supercross lad, like you were saying earlier. So he's experienced going out, and he's done well, and he knows what it's about. It's good fun. So your stuff you remember. You don't remember going to a local meeting every weekend. You remember going away. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So you may have the best races, but you have a good time. So
let's talking about you've got that more sugar there. So tell us more about that. I see you're wearing a more sugar hat. What's all that about?
So one of Dylan's friends, one of our friends, Harry Noakes, is getting a little company together called More Sugar. Just getting some hats, getting some other stuff together. It's got some nice designs. So Dylan's promoting it. He's getting it on his bikes. So keep an eye out for it. So he's smart. You have a fancy little fancy cap, get on his Instagram.
I'm blagging straight away.
Yeah, I think you need one for your show, didn't you?
Harry. Listen, I wear hats a lot, obviously.
There you go.
Because I know I have no thatch on my roof. So Harry,
get him sorted.
Hook a man up. Another shameless, selfless plug.
Needs one. All good.
So listen, before you go, to go and put your graphics on your brother's bike.
No, don't. I'm not doing that.
Are you not doing that?
No, he's useless, isn't he? He hasn't even cleaned the bike. He honestly has not even cleaned the bike. He is useless. I'm looking at him on the camera now. He's just walking around the garage. He's just doing nothing.
I could see a vlog series coming from you two. It's like the Kardashians with you lot.
We were supposed to do one, but everyone just ends up getting too pissed.
Brilliant.
And end up filming it. Yeah, that's the problem.
I suppose it depends what kind.
Exactly.
Any sponsors?
I don't want to see too much of it. So that's good.
So before you sign off, let's get your opinion on who's going to do what and win these Supercross championships. Then we all watch it, we all love it. And I know you guys will, because obviously that's the style of riding that you're accustomed to.
Yeah, of course.
So I mean, McAdoo's. We saw that earlier on. It's got to be Cooper in that.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it'd be silly not. But Thrasher, he's a really talented rider. You watch them last couple of races. The way he rides is mad. That style and that, it's just, you don't see that often, do you? No. Looks like Christian Craig a bit. Very loose and chill.
And he's probably got the coolest name in the tour, to be honest.
Yeah, he's come out of nowhere, kind of. He just sort of popped up. Like they said, that bit more of an outdoory, used to that sort of style of track. So could work, I guess. But he looked good. And then, I think Cooper in that one. And then,
what do you reckon, East Coast? Who are you going for? Because it's not done yet.
That Nichols is pretty solid, though, isn't he? He's a good rider. He's always there. I think it could be him. Is he winning it? I can't remember who's winning it.
Yeah, he's leading it. And then Craig's second.
Yeah, I think Craig's got it. I don't think he's got it in him to do it, if I'm honest.
No.
It'd be good.
It's been good watching the Lawrence boys, though.
Again, talented. Very talented. Oh, God, Hunter as well has come on massively.
Yeah.
Really good. So.
Have you ever been to one? Have you ever been out and watched the Supercross?
Yeah, we went to Las Vegas, 2016, I think. Just me and Chris.
Of course. What a stupid question.
Yeah, me and Chris went. We went out there for 7 days, went straight into Vegas, watched that, stayed there for 2 nights, and then went to California, rode out there with CMH. That's
cool.
Unreal. You won't forget that. So that was a good time.
Yeah, maybe we'll have to hook up another trip on that because I want to get back out there.
Yeah, no, that'd be good.
Then I could do all the vlogging for you lot. Don't worry about it. You can get slaughtered, absolutely slashed.
Yeah.
As would I. But
I hope so.
I'm allowed to.
We're the riders.
Yeah, and then so the big one then, the 450 class. I mean, it all turned around, didn't it? Like, I reckon if Roxon had stayed on, I reckon he might. It would have
only been 10 points.
Yeah, but
I know.
I reckon that was his moment. That was his moment to claw it back. If he'd have stayed on and taken the victory, I reckon he might have carried momentum with the last 2 rounds to get it done. But 16 points, Cooper's
unlikely.
pretty tough.
Yeah, I think if he just stayed on, he could have done that, couldn't he? Then few points, he's just gone too far now. It's a shame because he's so, again, one of them most talented riders to not be able to put it together like. But Webb's just different. He's just always there, isn't he? He's always there. Must be such a killer. Like your head as well. You don't understand what them lot go through before they even get out there. The mind must just be mental.
All the injuries and everything. Like Roxon, I really wanted Roxon to win. Not the whole European thing. I don't get too hung up on that. Just because all that he's been through with the arm injury and everything like that. So
he deserves it. That's the thing, isn't it? So, but it's whoever does the best at the end, isn't it? And that's what it comes down to. So
it's going to be fun watching. It's going to be.
I think Cooper's got it. I can't see Roxon doing anything with that. So
no,
you never know.
We'll see. We'll watch with interest. So listen, I'll let you get on because clearly you must have had a load of Domino pizza orders come through that headset by now.
They're all outside waiting.
They're all need sorting out.
Yeah.
Matt, I really appreciate you coming on, particularly because it was quite short notice. Obviously, I've seen you ride at the weekend. Good luck in the mini bike championships at the weekend.
Have to put a review up on your page. Get out.
We will definitely do that. No doubt. We put them up anyway. But
I thought so.
I'll be interested to see who wins in the sibling rivalry.
I see how much I beat him by, more like.
Right. Okay. This is good talk.
It's got to be done. You can't let him have too much. He will have it otherwise.
Right. Well, I'm going to look forward to seeing the results from Fat Cat at the weekend then.
Yeah. No. That'd be good.
Listen, I'll let you. You've had a hard day at work as well because you do like you're a chippy, aren't you? Is that undermining your skills? Are you a bit more than a chippy?
No, I'm chippy. Carpenter full time. But I unfortunately work with George, don't I? Full time now, so we work together, just me and him. So we've got a good little team.
That's good.
It's good. It's full on. We're very busy, so it's 5 days a week, so sometimes 6. So
that's what I'm saying. Like, listen, if you're watching this and you're not aware who Matt Bayliss is. Just go and find him on Instagram, and then you'll find all the rest of the Rat Pack. They're well worth following on Instagram for sure. Yeah. So listen, mate, have a blast at the weekend. Make the weekends count. That's what they're there for. Exactly. I will catch up with you soon because we're also working. We've got another little project coming up that we're going to do this summer. Fingers crossed. We're not going to announce that just now.
It'll be a good one. Yeah. Let's hope it all comes together. It will.
I think it will. It will. All right, mate. All the best. Take care.
All right. Cheers for this. No, thanks. All right, mate. No, thank you. See you later.
So there goes Matt. We're now going to bring in. Let's just remove him from the screen and bring in Josh, who's been waiting patiently. There is Josh. It's your big moment. Josh, welcome to the Race Effects Generation Next segment. So, young Mr. Bassett, right? I've seen you progress over the last few years, but tell me. Basically, how did it all start? How did your interest in sport come from? Did it come from your parents or an outside influence? How did you get into it?
Well, when my dad was a lot younger, he used to ride road bikes around the tracks and do races like that. And then I kind of took on the dirt side of it once he won a raffle. And it kind of just progressed from there.
Won a raffle? Did you just say won a raffle? What?
Won a raffle on this whole pull and go bike, and it all started from there.
That's awesome.
So then we just started going to more tracks and just finding different people and getting involved. And then we started getting involved in national championships and kind of taking it more seriously now and trying to get the better results that we need.
So how long have you been riding, Josh?
I started when I was about 5-6 years old, so about 10-11 years now. In the last 3 or 4 years is when we've taken it a bit more seriously.
Yeah, so it's starting to get like really in your skin now. Then, like a genuine lifestyle. Like you wanna try and look to pursue to make it, give it a shot at trying to make it a career. So with that in mind, then what's your kind of ambitions? We've just been speaking to Matt, which obviously you watched. You know, he's more about, and those guys just like living for the moment and having fun. Have you got a plan regards of like wanting to go on to EMX 125, that kind of thing, and what's your dream?
It is kind of like living the moment, how it is in the moment, like how it is. You can't take everything at once, just take things by step. And the big goal is to get to the main stage, as it is for like every kid out there.
Yeah.
But I just want to focus on the moment and then build, try and be better than you were yesterday. And just,
like good attitude.
And building blocks, just progress more.
Yeah. So how old are you at the minute, Josh?
I turned 16 a few weeks ago.
Right. So you're right at that stage now then where like obviously school's being horrendous anyway with COVID and all that kind of stuff. And then so you must be getting up close to exams. So when have you got exams? Have you had them? Have you got them this year? What's happening with all that?
Well, they've said exams have been cancelled, but we've had like mini assessments, like they're non-stop every week in, week out, just tests, just getting through them, just get rid of school and then get this as my main focus.
So how are you fixing that around? I mean, obviously COVID, we've all been locked down and all that. How have you been coping with that? I mean, where do you get out riding? What's your local track?
It was kind of like stop and start for ages, and we had a big break. And we was lucky enough to like have a couple of tracks, and when everything opened up again, we had a couple of chances to go down to Mill Lane. And they've been helping get ready. We got to a couple more tracks when they opened back up down at Parkgate and Mildenhall. Just try and get those more tracks before Hogstone.
So where, without giving your exact address away, because we all know there might be some donuts on here that think it's cool to steal bikes, idiots. You know, where do you live? You know, without giving the actual, you know, what's your region?
Like in the southeast London area, so we haven't got that many tracks around us.
Yeah.
Just got those little farm tracks which aren't that great. And so the closest good track that we have near us is Mill Lane, and we're fortunate enough to get down there quite a bit. I
suppose with travel restrictions at the minute we can't travel, but prior to that, I mean, you're right there, maybe then in the southeast corner. So actually getting to and from Belgium and Holland is a little bit easier for you. Did you do a lot of that before lockdown?
We didn't, unfortunately. We planned on going to Spain in February, but that's when they just like closed everything off and we couldn't get out there.
Yeah.
So we just try and do as much as we can from home, just trying to prepare until we get to back racing again.
So what are you doing with your fitness? Do you do it yourself? Have you got a trainer that helps you out and with ride coaching, or are you kind of flying solo with both of it?
It's kind of like flying solo, but we have like Mark in Xcast. He tells me to get off my arse a lot. So he's kind of like a motivational drive, telling me to get out and about.
Mark, obviously, in case you didn't know, people watching, Mark from Xcast does obviously a lot of quality video productions. In fact, he does stuff for us at Dirt Hub. So did Mark, I've never asked Mark this, did he used to race then? Did Mark race or no? He sees enough through the viewfinder to know where you're going wrong.
He takes in quite a bit and he's able to express it and then kind of relay it onto me. He knows what he's talking about, like in the first standpoint. And he says, but he does know what he's talking about.
What about how do you cope with that? Like any people you're not criticizing or giving you advice. Is it the classic case with your parents? Every kid at some point just thinks mum and dad are talking shit. What's your relationship like with them when they offer you advice? Do you take it on board or do you get a bit animated sometimes?
I wouldn't really say they give me that much advice. They just tell me to go out there and do my best. Tell me what I want to hear. Like you have Mark, which is like the other side. It gives me that constructive criticism and telling me to push and push. And
that's kind of cool. I'm going to observe that now in future. So I want to be around when he's giving you a dressing down on what you did wrong or what you need to do. So obviously you were at Hawkstone at the weekend, the Bridgestone Masters round one of that, which was a brilliant weekend. Sun was out. It was all great to be back. How did you find that? I mean, first and foremost, I guess you were pretty bloody excited getting in the vehicle and driving up there after all this time of not racing.
Yeah, it was definitely another good experience getting behind the gate again. We didn't have the best of weekends. We started off all right with qualifying, come 10th, I believe. Then the first race got collected in a big crash and got winded a bit and knocked my confidence. So I was just trying to rebuild that back through the weekend. And some bad starts and not the best of luck didn't help us, but we know what to work on and push us through.
Yeah. So what are you doing regards to the season then? Obviously, it's a bit of a sort of still a strange year. Last year was really odd. There weren't many races going on. This year, we've gone sort of from one extreme to the other where there's just races, once we get back riding, all crammed in, date clashes. What series are you committing to? Or are you not committing to any of them and just going to try and wild card certain rounds?
We're committing to the Bridgestone and the MX Nationals. We're going to try and wild card some BYCs.
Yeah.
Just try and do the best that we can and build these next few years, because I've just moved up to the 250. Just getting used to that. I'm going to be on that bike for a while and then hopefully get some few wins under my belt and push forward.
Yeah, it's a big step, making that transition to the 125 to the 250, and then after that comes the biggest step of all, going from youth to adult. So get as much strength on the go with that 250 for sure. So you need to. This is me offering advice now. Obviously, the physical side of it with the training and everything, it plays a big part. It's not just about the riding when you get on a bigger bike. See if you can get some core strength on the go, you'll be just fine. I see. So what's this? Is this your bedroom or is this your lounge? I see you got a few.
This is my bedroom.
You've got a few sponsors and stuff in the background. Is that name check? A few sponsors.
Everyone that helps us out, we got as much as we can. We got the MX, which help us out with the kits. They're supplying our kits this year. They're super comfy and they're quite really durable. I've had some crashes with them, no marks or anything. I've had one gripper with the seat. It's honestly the best I've ever had. Got them on board last year and I don't want to let them go.
Sweet.
EBC brakes came along this year. Super happy with them. We got Duck Smart.
You can, if you want to do, because they do this. I've noticed a lot on the Supercross podium. You've never seen this, right? A lot of people don't know this when they have the Supercross podium. Some riders get a bit forgetful. So what the mechanic writes all the sponsors on the pit board and holds the pit board up, or they try and read the logos off the bike. You're more than free to turn around and actually just, in case you forget anybody on this name check.
We got RFX as well helping us out. That's come a lot from Mark, as along with most of these sponsors. He's been reaching out to everyone. So RFX are giving me help, giving me helmets and stuff, and providing us with goggles. That's really helpful. We got Puteline as well, helping with the oils and everything.
Yeah.
We also got Track Industries helping out with a lot of stuff, giving us some products and everything.
Good. I'm glad
We got a local one as well. We got Ben's Bikes. They've been helping us for years.
Mate, that's his good stuff, because if we're going to crack on and try and get this sport back on track in the UK, that's the whole idea of also we've got this youth section on the show, try and get more youth riders on, build the profile of you guys up a little bit, and name check all your sponsors and stuff that help you ride. So that's a good thing. So what have you got next then? So we've got, are you going to try and wild card some of the BYCs before the MX Nationals, or is your next race at Fat Cat for the first round of the Michelin MX Nationals?
I reckon it really depends if we get into it. And then if we can't get into it, the next big race is definitely going to be Fat Cats for us. We've had others if we don't go to anywhere else.
Yeah.
A couple club rounds just to get that ego boost back up and the confidence. Try and prepare and get the gate drops under my belt.
Yeah. Now you might this obviously is relation to yours. Probably trying to embarrass you, but I'm going to bring it up anyway. So there you go. So obviously your niece is currently watching. You're a superstar in the Bassett household.
Yeah, she's been around 4 years now, I believe.
Right.
And she's at most of the big races.
Oh, okay, cool. So who comes up? You get a lot of family coming out, or hopefully this year, if we can have, when we are allowed spectators.
Yeah, most of the time we have as much people we can get out there. Like we have my whole side of the family, my mom, my sister, got Mark, Dad, and then the child of Murphy. And if any of them can't come, it will be me, my dad, my cousin James, and Mark. That's kind of like the two groups that we have. Sometimes they're not out. They're big supporters. Yes. A nice driving force.
You need it. You can't do this sport without a support network, that's for sure, particularly parents and people. It's not like, as I've always said, it's not like a kid wanting to play football where you can go and buy a pair of football boots, make your own way to the game, do whatever you got to do. This is a family sport, so you can't do it without support from family and parents and decent sponsors and people helping you out. So it's good that you got a good name check in with them all. Yeah, so I'm going to see you then. Well, guys, if I don't see you before, I will see you at the opening round of the Nora-Mx Nationals, where hopefully you'll get off to a bit better start than what you did at Hawkstone at the weekend. But Hawkstone was tough for so many people. You know, we hadn't ridden in ages, and you know, it was a tough place to go. But as I've said, credit to Colin Hambridge and everybody. They laid on a good meeting. So
yeah, it was a great event. It was definitely good to be back at a larger scale event.
Yeah, for sure.
And everything.
So it's been good. It's been good talking to you, Josh. Good to get to know you a bit more. I'll obviously keep an eye out for you. I'll be no doubt calling your name out several times at the Nora-Mx Nationals when we come to do that and the live stream and everything. So keep up the good work. Keep up the training. Try and stay healthy, and we will see you at Fat Cat, if not before.
Yep, that sounds good. Cheers.
Nice one. I'll let you get on with whatever you got to do. Probably homework or something.
Something like that.
Yeah. Right answer. You're not now going to go on social media, are you? And or go and play. Of course you're not. Kids don't do that. They're very dedicated. All right, mate. Good stuff. Good to chat to you, and we'll see you soon. Thanks for coming on.
See you now.
See you later. There you go. That's Josh Bassett. He's out of there. Right. Let's wrap up the show with a few other things. Notably, I want to bring this in. We spoke about it on the social. So if you didn't see it, and you wasn't at Hawkstone and you haven't been following social media, I'm just going to share Tommy's crash from the weekend. So here we go. Take a look at this. I think this was in qualifying in the infamous whoops, where his team manager many years before in 1986 at the British GP, Dave Thorpe, took a major dirt digger here. Check this out. The bike gets away from Tommy big time here.
Whoa! Had an issue, boys.
So as you can see, quite a nasty spill for Tommy, but he did bounce back, went out in the opening moto, worked his way up to second, and then took the win in the second moto for the overall. Also this weekend, I thought it'd be a good opportunity to catch up with Rob Hooper, because if you didn't see it this week, Rob has been in this sport a long time as a GP rider, but then also as a team manager, longer than a lot of us even realize. So let me just play this video and you'll understand more about Rob Hooper and his team and how long he has actually been in the game. So let's just play that for you. Here we go. This is me talking to Rob at Hawkstone at the weekend. Right, as you can see, look at that. Rob Hooper Racing. 30 years. He doesn't look like he's been around for 30 years. So Rob, I decided to catch up with you at Hawkstone because that's a monumental thing. 30 years running a team, not just in the sport. I did ask you early on, so now we're recording, I'm going to ask you again. When did you first come to Hawkstone?
Probably about 1955, shortly after I was born. First time I actually rode here and raced myself was 1971.
That's
So
insane.
I've just been coming here my whole life.
Do you you didn't even know it was 30 years you've been doing this till somebody told you. So I mean, has it gone quick, slow? How's it been, the whole team management thing?
Challenging. It's been great. I mean, motocross is a sport that I love. So to be able to do 30 years involved with a sport that I love, I've been very fortunate. There have been difficult years, but there have been very good years.
Yeah.
And really, on a whole, it's been a great time.
What about, you know, when you started in team management, the world was a different place. There seemed to be a bit more, you know, more people, more money in the industry, and for whatever reasons, you know, I'm not bitching about that, but it's not getting any easier to run a team, is it, to pull the funds together? So, you know, how do you find that every year? Have you ever had moments over the last few years where you think, do you know what, I've had a good run, it's time to knock it on the head?
Yeah, the last 3 years have been extremely difficult. Without a shadow of a doubt, it has been very, very difficult. I was fortunate in my early days of team management to be actually working for Suzuki with some pretty fair-sized budgets. So the early part of my team management career, I was somewhat spoiled. You know, we had budgets for factory bikes to go Grand Prix racing. To then in 1991, to be put in a position to run it myself. The first year was fine, there was quite a safety net to run it with.
Yeah.
And from there on, I had no idea whether it would last another couple of years or not. So to be 30 years on, as I say, there have been good years and there have been difficult years, but we've made it work.
Yeah.
You know, and I've had massive support from my wife Cheryl, which has helped enormously, but also some really, really good people who over the years have pitched in and helped me for nothing more than the opportunity to be involved. And for those people who most of them will know who they are, I am eternally grateful.
And you come into this year with, you know, a new lineup. You've got two very talented and determined young riders. Is that what you're looking for? Does that keep you feeling young, you know, working with younger riders rather than saying more sort of older established riders?
Yeah, I enjoy working with the younger riders in that you hope you can pass on a little bit of my experience that I've gained over the years, some of the knowledge that I hope I've gained over the years. And yeah, I want, you know, most riders I appreciate have ambitions of Grand Prix racing.
Yeah.
I have no ambition, and I'm realistic enough to know that, you know, I will never raise a budget to go Grand Prix racing again.
Yeah.
So if I can help a rider on the way to being a Grand Prix rider, that is fine for me.
Well,
if I can take somebody to one step below that, then I've achieved what I want to do.
You've done that. Taylor's moved on to be a GP rider, you know.
Yeah,
so
Taylor has been brilliant for the last 2 years, and you know, I'm hoping that Sam and Lewis can do the same. You know, Taylor made the last 2 years really good, really enjoyable. To see somebody progress through the field like he has done and to become a contender is rewarding for me. Really rewarding.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I enjoy it.
So really, then you're going to breeze through another 30 years by the sound of it. What will that make you, if you don't mind me asking?
The oldest ever motocross team manager.
Well, you know, go
by
for
a
it.
long way.
Yeah,
I'm already probably there now, so another 30 years.
I wasn't going to say that. You said it for me. Well, listen, we wish you the best of luck no matter how long you keep doing it, because the sport needs people like yourself doing it. So congratulations on 30 years, and here's to a good season for you, Rob.
Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Thanks, Jeff.
So there you go. 30 years, eh? 30 years as a team manager. Well done, Rod Hooper, for that. And being in British motocross all that time. Obviously did GPs as well, but great that he was involved that long. Other things that went on this weekend, let's bring these up. So basically we had Paul from Dirt Hub went off to the Bantasia grass track at Osselbury. at Winchester, which is a good success, great success. But I'll show you a few little clips from that later on. Josh Taylor won all 3 expert modes down at Swar's first championship round at Little Hampstead. That was cool. These are all just little notes I've put down. Harry Walker and Daffyd Davis traded pro class moto wins at Nora Quad Cross. So there's a lot going on. We're getting basically back into the groove of it, aren't we? Events happening all over the place now. Dirt Hub's very own Ricky Wiggins, our enduro guru, that's going to be coming on the show occasionally throughout the year to talk all things enduro. He won the Blackheath National Moto Enduro Championship over Charlie Chatter and Christopher Miller. Lewis Toombs, who just recently retired, at least from British Championship racing and national level. He came out of retirement to take a maximum at the ACU Eastern Centre at Wakescombe. So he's still out riding, which is cool. He took the victory over Luke Benstead and Declan Whittle. And at the Dirt Bike Action Into the Valleys Enduro, Dan Mundell took the win. So that was some other events that are going on at the weekend. Let me just show you very quickly, basically some highlights of, I guess, of the grass track, the Bantasia grass track, which was pretty darn cool. These are some of the, obviously, sidecars are just mental. So let's just show you a little bit of what the get up and what they look like. You've got to love the style of these guys. Check it out. I love that. I love all the color, the vibrancy of it all. We're going to get to one of these. I'm going to get to one. Paul obviously went to watch one anyway and got these little short video clips. I'll just show you a little bit of the racing, because the racing, it does look like a lot of fun. I'm going to give this a go one day. Yes, there, I said it. So that was the Bantasia grass track. I think there's some more of them coming up. And as I said, yeah, Muggins here. I think I'm going to go give that a go. So look out. One other thing I'm going to give a go. We're going to end the show with this. Last week, finally swung my fat ass back over a bike, my new KX250, run it in. Because we are doing, again, shameless plug, but I don't care. It's very difficult to work that out. Over there, Steelhawk Motorcycle Club. We are going to be running a hill climb, helter-skelter hill climb on Saturday, hold on, June 12th. Was it July? Bugger, I've forgotten the date. That's poor, isn't it? That's not very good pitch straight away. So basically, it's Saturday, June 12th. That is right. I suddenly had a long day. So to give you a little insight of what it's all about, basically 5 riders are going to race up a hill, starting in a valley, drop down, go up the other side, and then we're going to come down zigzag style, like giant slalom through red and blue gates. Probably total carnage is going to ensue before going back through the valley and launching out up the other side. So to give you a little taster of what this event is about, you can go and check it out on steelhawkmc.cc. Entries are now live. If you want to enter, all the information's there. This is a little video that George from Shred Media made for us. So let me just bring this up and give you a little taster of what to expect at our Helter Skelter hill climb. Here we go. Right, here we are, Buckland Newton in Dorset, trying out our Helter Skelter hill climb, which is going to go off on Saturday, June the 12th, sponsored by Buckland Newton Hire. Just on a little course trial, and we're going to do some more. So we've got Ross Sturmey and Harrison Greenoff testing it out. Get going, guys! Well, there you go. So that is our Helter Skelter hill climb. All the information about that is on steelhawkmc.cc. An idea, concept we came up with. Is it going to work? Who knows? But it's going to be a lot of fun finding out. There's going to be a run what you run class, so road bikes, mopeds, mini bikes. Should be a good laugh, and if not, there'll be a good beer tent. So, you know, either way, somebody's going to win. So that's it, really. That concludes tonight's Dirty Talk show. I hope you enjoyed it. A lot of fun with the Bayliss boys. Great to get Josh Bassett on. I'm going to be speaking to a lot more youth riders as we go throughout the year on this and try and get more of them on here, maybe pre-records or whatever. But now the season's starting to go, things are starting to happen. We'll be able to do a lot more of these shows. Fingers crossed. I think we're good for next week with a big guest, big name coming on next week. Just got to check in with them towards the tail end of the week to make sure they can still commit to next Monday. So keep an eye out on our social media for that over the weekend. I'm sure you'll want to chat to the guy coming on if he can come on next week. Can't absolutely say who's coming on just yet, just in case his plans change. But hopefully have a big guest on next week. Right, that's it. It's going to be a good week of weather. Enjoy yourself if you're out at a practice track this week. If you're racing this coming weekend, have a good one. Stay safe. Hope a lot of you are getting the vaccines or whatever you got to do where we can get back to racing proper more regularly. But good work, Bridgestone Masters at the weekend. Thoroughly enjoyable event. Thanks for having us there. And everybody that was there doing the right thing and abiding by the rules. So well done, everybody. That's it. I'll see you next week. Hopefully, like I said, with a bumper show and a big name guest. Until then, look after yourself, look after each other, and I shall see you soon. Take care, everybody. See you.